Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. I'm Rob Breaux alongside David Collier. Lucas White in the building. In the First United Bank studio, where we have autonomy to talk about whatever we want. And you can join us in that right on the Visual Edge IT hotline at 806-771-0973. You can bring up anything you want. Well, I guess within reason on the Visual Edge IT hotline.
You can bring it up. It might not be published. But.
And then, the Yates Flooring Center chat line, it might not be published. But everything's published on the Visual Edge IT hotline because you're calling in.
That's true.
Double T 97.3 app. 100.7 The Score app, brought to you by Happy State Bank. You can also stream us on Fox 34 News Now and YouTube, youtube.com/Double T Sports Network. Or find us on the website, doubletsportsnetwork.com. You can find the winners and losers from last week's Big 12 slate. You can find a Big 12 preview for this upcoming weekend, even without a Texas Tech game. We've got bowl projections. Last week's Chois Woodman bowl projections had some residual, like, Armed Forces bowls and that sort of thing. New Mexico Bowl, Rate Bowl, whatever those kind of lower tier Big 12 bowls are. Just because people before the season might have picked you 5th or 6th. This week's bowl projections, you're going to have to go see to believe. I mean, after 1 week of a good win over Utah, it's completely changed. So you're going to have to go see those. There's some really fun matchups in the bowl projections. I want to caution us. I feel like I want to caution myself, I guess. We've gotten a little hot, maybe, on what we think this season might be.
Oh, no way.
I think maybe we just need to pump the brakes a little bit, but
that's crazy.
It's hard to when you have the number one rush defense in the country and a dynamic pass rush and a good secondary, and the offense is doing what it's doing in stretches, if not consistently, except for against a good Utah defense. So,
how much different would that optimism be if you would have won that game? We had this conversation last week, and I think I even said something along the lines, what if you win 34-10? I don't know if that was the exact number, but I think it was pretty close.
Yeah, something like that.
If you only won 17, or, well, in this situation, 20-10. What if you won 20-10? How much?
Yeah, but if it's the same game.
Same game and you win 20-10, your offense just scores one touchdown the rest of the way. You still get the Jacob Rodriguez interception, late in the game, but you just don't turn it into anything.
I think there's probably so if you score one less touchdown and then at the end you kind of just run the clock out instead of scoring again.
Yeah, or you just don't move it and
right.
And then your defense comes back out and gets a 3 and out and they're like, "Okay, now we're running the clock out."
Yeah, probably. I'm certainly still thinking Texas Tech's a Big 12 champion.
Just not with as much vigor and.
Well, right now I'm like.
You're not posting
like playoff wins.
Yeah, right now that's what I'm saying. You're not posting like 700 things on social media.
Yeah, well, I probably am doing that, but
making fun of all the critics out there.
Yeah. I do think that Houston. I don't want to overlook Houston. Certainly don't want to overlook Kansas. So I think you have maybe your toughest stretch coming up with Utah, Houston, Kansas now, the toughest 3-game stretch, even though it's around a bye. Just how the season is played out. And then obviously that Kansas State game, I'd like to see them play a couple of more times, but hopefully they wake up a little bit just for the Big 12's sake.
Yeah.
And then BYU, did you watch any of the BYU ECU game or catch up on any of it?
I think I saw like a second of it. I mean, I I followed along with a BYU person on social media more than
Yeah.
anything, and him like, oh, well, there goes all the fans.
BYU, one guy, number 0, had an interception at ECU's goal line and an interception at the other goal line, which he just took back 6 yards for a touchdown. So those are 2 huge plays.
Yeah.
But all offseason I said, if BYU can create the same amount of turnovers as last year, they'll be just as good. I don't think that'll happen. Well, Collier,
yeah,
it's happening. They're really good defensively again. So I wouldn't be surprised to see BYU as a ranked game. They're already ranked 25th. That could be a top 15 matchup when you play them.
Yeah, if they do their part.
If Texas Tech continues to do their part, and if BYU does their part.
Like I said. Come on.
All right, the big news from yesterday, Mike Gundy fired. And that was at the very end of our show. That was massive news.
I can debate that, but okay.
Debate that he was fired? Or
That was the biggest news from yesterday.
Okay. Well.
But anyway, move along.
It was one of the biggest pieces of news out of Oklahoma yesterday. How about that?
That would work.
I think, and I said this on Red Raider Recon yesterday, that you can watch probably at 10 a.m. today on the YouTube channel, that this Mike Gundy hire is the biggest Big 12 hire within the last 3 years or in the next 5 years in the Big 12. Because of the situation Oklahoma State has put itself in, because of the opportunity in the current conference landscape for somebody to take advantage like Texas Tech is, like Arizona State has, I think Oklahoma State could be right there with those 2 teams, with TCU, with BYU at the top of this conference.
Well, not just the top of this conference, the top of part of whatever conferences come in the future. That was the one concern that I had.
5 years part.
Yeah, that was the concern I had 4 years ago with Texas Tech and Oklahoma State, where they were. Well, we're 2.5, not even 2.5 years removed from them winning a Big 12 or playing for the Big 12 title.
21 months.
So 21 months ago, now probably a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. 4 years ago, I was like, man, if something doesn't change, Texas Tech needs to figure it out, or they might be one of the teams that doesn't make this super conference.
Yeah.
That's exactly where Oklahoma State is. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. If they mess this up and can't figure out how to infuse some money into that program to just get at least a quarterback and something there that interests people, they might be playing Tulsa on a regular basis as a conference opponent.
Yeah. I think right now, Texas Tech is one of the 3 or 4 programs that's like, yeah, they obviously deserve a shot at the next level, if there is a next level, or the next thing. If Tech wins a Big 12 this year, they're the clear-cut, heavy favorite to be involved in the next thing from the Big 12.
Oh,
and it's not even close.
It
might not be close right now.
I think if they finish second, they're still fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps that somebody's helping make rules. Yeah. Come on.
I was just talking about on the field and as a program and the recruiting and stuff.
Yeah, it's not always the only reason.
We'll continue with the Gundy talk, give some coaches we think would be good there after this.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
All right, Collier. See if you follow me here.
I will attempt to.
Well, I'm sure you can follow my thoughts. I just want you to see if you agree.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy.
You say so.
All right. I think the plan for Mike Gundy was to at least see what he would do until around the beginning of October. I think they were going to let him coach 7-8 games. You know, looking at their schedule, I'm sure they wanted to at least get to around a bye game. The bye week is a little late for them. All the way in November, the next bye week. But I do think after the Tulsa loss, they as the Oklahoma State leadership and Mike Gundy had a meeting. And here's how I think this meeting went. Even though Weiberg yesterday, the AD, is he the interim or is he the actual AD?
No, he is the athletic director.
Okay.
He took over for the
president or something.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
He took over for Mike Holder, I believe, who was a longtime athletic director. But Chad Weiberg actually worked at Texas Tech as the deputy director of athletics for a couple of years before going back to, I think he's an Oklahoma State guy.
So I think him and Gundy had a conversation over the weekend, or maybe even Tuesday morning. And they said, Mike, this is not working. We've tried to do this. We've tried to do that. You're not recruiting at a high enough level. You're not in the portal at a high enough level. And you're not inspiring the boosters in an NIL capacity because you don't try to use it.
Yeah.
You're not working in the future of college football, but we respect you. This is what he should have said. I don't know if this is how he said it. But we respect you and your tenure here at Oklahoma State. At the end of this season, we're going to transition you to special assistant to the athletic director, a la Mac Brown. But at some point in October, we're going to announce that you're stepping down at the end of the year. Of your own volition.
Yes.
You're going to resign.
Yes.
And I think Mike Gundy said a couple of four-letter words and said, if you want to fire me, fire me. I'm not stepping down. This is my program. I've led this program for 20-plus years.
I am this program.
I am this program. I'm a man. I'm 58. So they fired him. And I would assume it was a contentious meeting. And I think we'll hear more and more about this in the next week. Now, people have already reported things of this such after I thought it probably happened yesterday. Weiberg in the press conference said, no, there was no plan for Gundy to continue the rest of the season. This was the plan. But in the same kind of couple of sentences, he said, now, did I have this plan last week? No. Well,
yeah.
All right, so what changed it? Just the Tulsa loss? Because I think he was already probably going to get fired before the Tulsa loss.
I think that expedited the entire process, yeah.
Okay, if it was just the Tulsa loss, that's fine. I understand that. You've lost.
Really? There was apparently cheering from the student section, and I know you don't.
They were booing him.
They were chanting "Fire Gundy."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Somebody yesterday. I mean, the students, the freshmen and sophomores over there, they don't know anything about successful Gundy. Right?
Yeah. Like an actual NFL Cowboys fan.
Even though, okay.
What? I was just making the comparison.
Even though the last couple of years before the two bad ones, they were playing for Big 12 championships and won one. But before Gundy, they had 3 10-win seasons. With Gundy in 21 years, they had 8. I mean, this is a guy, he's going to have a statue outside the stadium. And
hopefully.
He's the second fired coach in the last 5 years in the Big 12 that's going to get a stadium outside. Now, it could have been more of a Patterson thing where they said, hey, will you resign? No. All right, we're going to fire you. But it feels like shades of other coaches here in the Big 12 over the last 20 years who were given options and did not take those options and got fired.
So give me the timeline when you think this conversation happened, because he visited with the media on Monday.
Yeah, I forgot that it was Wednesday. I think this happened either after the press conference on Monday or Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Which is why I think it's such a weird. It was weird yesterday.
I would imagine there was some form of conversation on Sunday, like, look, what you said, hey, we're going to buy you out or whatever, and he was like, no, you know what, we'll talk about it, but I think I can do whatever, you know. And then he got into that press conference and said, I'm going to be coaching here, and they were like, whoa, wait a minute, what are you doing? You're trying to make us look like the bad guys here. And
do you think it was actually hot in the room, or do you think he was making a joke when he walked in?
I think he was making a joke. I mean, come on. It was probably a little of both, but
it didn't seem like he was joking. It seemed like it was actually hot in there. I mean, this is the guy that was fixing the Coke machine last year because it was buzzing.
Yeah. You know what? I got to watch one of those montages of him. I didn't realize that Justin Bieber had the "I'm a Man, I'm 40" as his ringtone.
Yeah.
And that's why Gundy had that stage for one of his weekly press conferences where he had Justin Bieber as his ringtone. I heard the Justin Bieber ringtone. I never knew that Justin Bieber actually had that as his ringtone.
Yeah, on some radio show, he gets a phone call or whatever, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's my ringtone. I'm a man."
You hear this guy? He said, "Yeah,
so good." So odd timing is all I'm saying, and the fact that Mike Gundy refused to hire young, good coordinators, and the two options for the interim was Doug Meacham and Todd Grantham, is even worse.
Is it odd timing, though, if you know you're going to part ways even at the end of the year? You're going to go, look, this was the plan. We're going to let you finish it out, but at the end of the year, we're going to let you decide to do the whole, you know what, I think it's time. I've had a good run here. And there was I think it was it's perfect timing.
Okay, I agree that it's good timing as early as possible if that's your plan. I'm just saying it's weird timing on Tuesday of game week. After you let him go out there and do a Monday presser.
Well,
if you're going to fire a guy, fire him after the game on Saturday, on Sunday, or on Monday morning. Tuesday of game week is an odd time. They've already practiced. He's already installed. You let that guy sit and plan the Baylor game and then fired him.
How much install do you think Mike Gundy does with all? Do you think that's not Doug?
With Doug Meacham and Todd Grantham, I hope he's helping.
Well, I would guess Doug Meacham was successful with him there in the past, right?
Has he been successful since? He got a Kansas coach fired and he got Gary Patterson fired.
I'm just saying there in the past.
In the Big 12.
Okay, well, you can make that argument, but let's not forget Matt Wells went to a press conference and had a Monday press conference and then was let go right after that, right? Or had a press, right?
I think that was a similar thing. But they made him do that on Sunday. All right, we're going to check the calendar after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. Let's jump right into the calendar.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It is National Cherries Jubilee Day. One of my buddies, shout out to Trapper, his grandma, Janny, I believe is what they called her, had a great Cherries Jubilee. But I want to say hers is the only one I've ever had.
I don't know that I'm sure I have.
It's like a cobbler-esque thing. Cherry cobbler kind of thing. It is National Lash Stylist Day. National Bollywood Day. National Horchata Day. You like horchata?
Yeah.
I've never had it.
I've had it.
It's like rice milk with cinnamon.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it depends on how
cinnamony
moist it is.
Isn't it a drink?
No, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Horchata?
Oh, yeah, no, I was thinking of something completely different. Okay. Yes, I've had it, but
I would say most
horchatas
are pretty moist.
I like a really dry horchata. I was thinking of something completely different.
It's like a dry wine. I never understood that.
Yeah.
National
Dry wines are rough.
Mofongo Day.
What is that?
Honestly, the only time I've ever heard of mofongo is Kenan Thompson being Big Papi on SNL. National Punctuation Day. Bring punctuation back to texting, please.
You're a big comma guy?
Commas, periods. It just helps. And it is also Schwenkfelder Thanksgiving. Celebrated on September 24th every year, just like the regular Thanksgiving. It's also a day to express gratitude.
I'm sorry, what?
There are about 3,000 people who are members of the Schwenkfelder churches.
Oh, okay.
They continue to celebrate Schwenkfelder Thanksgiving in Pennsylvania, Dutch counties where they live.
That sounds like something you would hear on Phineas and Ferb, like Doofenshmirtz.
Schwenkfelder?
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds like a fake name.
Yes. I apologize.
Lucas, any birthdays?
Yes, we have quite a few birthdays today. Just found this out during the break. It's Big Hen's birthday. So shout out to Big Hen. Happy birthday to you. You share a birthday with, let's go with the basketball player Drew Gooden, turning 44 years old today. And then we have Adam Sandler's wife, Jackie. It's her birthday today, turning 51 years old. Then we have some football players to add. We have Will Howard turning 24 years old. We have Eddie George turning 52, the current Bowling Green head football coach. And then we have Mean Joe Green turning 79 years old.
Shout out.
On the baseball diamond, two Orioles that I enjoyed watching growing up. Kevin Millar turning 54. And obviously he is best known as being a Ranger, but I did enjoy him as an Oriole. Rafael Palmeiro turning 61. And then two individuals that were born on this day. Phil Hartman was born on this day, and Jim Henson was born also on this day.
I'm just an unfrozen caveman lawyer.
You got a Kermit over there?
Not on yeah.
You've done Elmo.
I can probably do Kermit, but I don't need that on highs and lows.
Rainbow Connection
later
or
today. I think we're good.
It ain't easy being green.
Nope.
No?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Nice try.
Big Muppets guy here.
I know. You're a big Fozzie Bear guy.
Sure. Rolf. Sam the Eagle. I like them all.
Yeah. Any more?
Rizzo the Rat.
Rizzo the Rat.
Pepe the Shrimp.
On this day in 1920, Babe Ruth becomes the first player to ever hit 50 home runs in a season. I know that's a shocker.
I was Miss Piggy in a music video one time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Kermie. On this day in 1974, Al Kaline becomes the 12th player to reach 3,000 career hits. I was waiting for another Muppets fact. Sorry. On this day in 2022, Trey Wolf hits a 20-yard field goal for a 37-34 win over number 22 Texas here in Lubbock.
Final game. Never played them again.
Yep. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, we'll get to that later. On this day in 2023, Taylor Swift attends a Kansas City Chiefs game at Arrowhead Stadium. And
Wow.
I believe that's whenever she was in the meat locker thing or the rolling refrigerator. Isn't that what she...
Oh, yeah. Was that her first one?
I think
she
so.
snuck in?
Yeah, she snuck in that way, yeah. Entertainment on this day in 1993, a couple of movies. Do you remember The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
That one?
Freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, not what you expected with him.
No.
Right? Also on this day in 1993, Dazed and Confused premiered in movie theaters.
All right.
1999, Double Jeopardy with Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones. Pretty solid movie if you haven't seen it.
That's a good movie.
And in 2004, Shaun of the Dead. Music on this day, 1957, Jailhouse Rock released. I'm working on a sneeze right now. And in 1991, Nirvana's Nevermind is released. Should have told Lucas to get some Nirvana ready to go. That's my bad. Poor production on my part. Texas Tech won their last conference game against the Texas Longhorns, right? Can you tell me?
Well, their last home conference game.
Home conference game, my bad.
Yeah.
Mike Gundy's last conference win?
So they went 0-for last year. They lost to Texas in the Big 12 championship game. Was it, I don't know, West Virginia?
I think it was Oklahoma.
It was their final bedlam.
Yeah, pretty sure.
If not, it was close to the end of the season, yeah.
I thought it was the last one.
It generally was, yeah. In 1952, Kentucky Fried Chicken opened their first franchise. Do you know where it opened first?
By the way, I was wrong. I apologize. They actually got more wins after that. Kentucky Fried Chicken's first franchise was in... Oh, I just heard something about this recently.
We've had this on trivia.
Yeah.
And it was shocking.
So it's not Kentucky.
It's not Kentucky.
California.
No, but close geographically, and I would say maybe like Northern California is similar.
San Francisco.
Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah.
That makes absolutely
the
no
first
sense.
Kentucky Fried Chicken opened its first franchise in Salt Lake City, Utah in 1952.
I ate a Kentucky Fried Chicken in Okinawa, Japan in 1984.
Now that's a stat. All right, we'll continue on after this. We'll check the chat line on the other side. It is hot today. Keep it going. Keep it rolling. Get your comments, questions, concerns in there at the chat line. The Yates Flooring Center chat line. More after this. Hour number 2 on the other side.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the end of the bench. It's time for the tiny wheel punishment. For Lucas today. By the way, we also have a tiny wheel fulfillment at 11:45 during Ask The Benchwarmers, when Chois Woodman will come in, sit between us, and drink chocolate milk through a hot dog straw, and then eat the hot dog. I think we're going to have to bully him and peer pressure him into eating the hot dog.
Yeah. Oh, he has to.
But we're going to get that done.
He's got to do that by the end of the show, too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, for Lucas. We still have book report on A.J. Brown's book on the board. And this has got to be, how many words would a book report be? I know we'll probably do an oral report, but you got to write it and read it. And we're talking like 2,000 words, right? It can't just be like a... I mean, this has got to be an in-depth book report. 1 week of no... we're not going to make him do that. Movie review where Collier picks the movie. I think you've already said it's going to be Flash Gordon.
No, I said a different movie.
Okay, a different movie.
Yeah.
Your mom makes your picks next week.
They probably will be Flash Gordon, though.
Clown makeup for an entire show. Plus, social media. Since you're in the room, the booth. Grow a rat tail. If we do clown makeup, we should have Lucas Cam.
Well, I think if you
we'll
do
figure
clown,
that out. We'll do Lucas Cam if we have the clown makeup.
If you do clown makeup, I think we need to have video, and then we can speed up the video of you doing it, and then we need to make it the meme of the guy that's slowly. We need to make a meme with Lucas, and we use that as our clown meme from here on out.
Grow a rat tail. Now, this is not something you can do in a week, but this is something you'll have to commit to through the end of the year. So this is a big one. Rat tail's a big one, because that could really get somewhere by December. And then the one I hope it is, bet Patrick Mahomes positive overs every week through the end of October. So since we're at the end of September, it'll be through the next month. And you can put those in that you're already doing, your little prize picks or underdog parlays or whatever it is. But once a week, you'll have to add a Patrick Mahomes positive over, which
this past week was a good one because you would have had a half yard for Patrick Mahomes passing.
You're involved in your picks, I would say. You're an emotional man. And so you'll find yourself rooting for Patrick Mahomes, which is the goal here.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to assign that one to you because I think it's the funniest. All right, here's the spin. I'm going to take this one off so you don't get it. And ready? A Patrick Mahomes positive over all the way through October. Oh, yes.
You're going to make some money.
We've gotten a lot of Russell Wilson texts in the last week here, too.
We should have put that on.
I can't wait for all the Patrick Mahomes texts. He's going to be living and dying by our boy. Oh, that is awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they already played. That would have been great if the Chiefs and Chargers were playing.
Well, they will play again, but I don't think
not
by the end of October.
Yeah.
All right.
They play the Commanders.
We gotta get. I know you'll find like rushing attempts or whatever. We gotta force like a touchdowns or a yardage on one of these Commanders games. Oh, that is so good. Bobby Hot Dog says Lucas would probably get a raise from Jamie if he grows out a rat tail. Jamie might get a rat tail just in envy and grow his back out.
Yep. Do you think now's not the time to ask this because it's certainly a possibility, but do you think Jamie would agree to grow out a rat tail and wear it for an entire year if Texas Tech made the college football playoff? Or would they have to win a national title? He seemed like he'd be a stickler and go national title just to prevent the rat tail.
Yeah, for a bet.
Yeah, for a bet. I'm saying if I could guarantee that Tech played for a national title,
would you grow out a rat tail?
Would you grow out a rat tail?
I would for sure.
Well, I know
would
you
Jamie,
would.
I don't know.
Jamie,
we can ask him. I'll say this as well. We got to end the burrito bets.
Yeah, they got to go.
Find something new. And I know it worked once on social media, so all these guys are trying to get engagement. And there's one on right now for Texas Tech being ranked number 1 at some point this season. And by the way, after the Utah game, this guy's like, oh, I only said that because the SEC bias. And meanwhile, he has 100 tweets saying other things about why Texas Tech wouldn't be ranked number 1. But we got to end the burrito bets. I'm standing up against the burrito bets right now. That will never be on the tiny wheel, I can assure you. Bullfighter says, why would you have a Cowboys headset on when you're a Commanders fan? Well, it was presented to me as a Cowboys question. So, Viva73 says Dabo Swinney would be an excellent coach to move into Oklahoma State. What do you think about a switch? A swapperoo.
A trade?
Gundy goes to Clemson. Swinney comes to Oklahoma State.
I don't think either would work.
I think they're both washed.
I think they're the same guy.
Yeah, unfortunately. Utah's offensive line is number one offensive line that you'll play. If you play like that on defense, not sure you need to pump the brakes. If your offense can score 24 points a game, you might go 12-0. I think the offense will score, in Big 12 play, 30 points a game.
Probably,
at least.
Yes. No matter who's at quarterback.
And I think the defense will give up less than 20. Now, is there a game where your offense is lower and your defense is higher? It could happen. But right now, what's the floor right now for you? The absolute floor. Tech record-wise.
Probably 10-2.
I go 9-3 as an absolute rock bottom floor. And that is insane to say. Maybe not at 4-0. I think 10-2 is likely.
And again, I'm not giving enough credit for probably TCU again. So yeah, 3.
We don't play them.
Oh, that's right. You don't play TCU. Yes. Well, okay. Kansas a lot better, and it can't. You know what? The problem is I think Kansas just replaces Kansas State.
Houston, Kansas, BYU. I think your toughest 3 games.
And so 3 would be disaster.
Yeah, if you lose all 3, because I think you should win 2 of the 3.
Yes.
You might win 1 of the 3, but there's no way, right, that you lose all 3 of those.
But that hasn't really changed that much since the beginning of the year for me. I mean,
I think you've raised the floor a game. I think I was 8-4 floor before.
Yeah,
because you get through that Utah game. Well, and Arizona State. I think surely you in one of those 4, right?
Yes, I would hope.
I think you'll win 2 of the 4 at the very least. I think most likely you win 3 of the 4, and potentially win all 4. And I'm not too worried right now about West Virginia or Oklahoma State or Kansas State, even with the history in Manhattan.
Yeah. We did overlook Arizona State, as mentioned to us by...
I got it.
We'll have to read old Razzle Dazzle's punishment for a national championship for Joey momentarily.
All right. More after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is time for the Glizzler to cash in his punishment. Meanwhile, on Big 12 Studios, Tylan Wallace is just hammering Texas all the way down the field. It's the third quarter, 31-14. Shout out to Mike Gundy, man. This might be the game of his career. 6-1 Texas, 4-3 Oklahoma State. They'd already lost to Allen Bowman and the Texas Tech Red Raiders this season. They're not ranked anymore. Texas ranked 6th, and just an epic beatdown. Gundy led. Breckenhager crying on the field. Beautiful. I got some breaking news here, by the way. Realignment news. Big 12 adds Boise State, Florida State, and South Carolina in beach volleyball.
Raise your hand if you knew the Big 12 had beach volleyball.
TCU won the national championship.
Oh, that's
of
right.
Beach volleyball
They
last
did.
year.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's bring in Choice. We've got the True Moo Dairy Max Chocolate Milk. Jacob Rodriguez approves. We've got the All Beef Frank and a punch stick to hollow out the hot dog.
This is actually one of my wife's straws, so I'm not even going to tell her I'm using this.
Good.
And we're just going to hollow this sucker out.
All right, so as he starts that, we'll start Ask the Benchwarmers. If you have questions, get them in. The first one from Bullfighter. Dallas Cowboys need a new color scheme to be swapped with a division opponent. Whose colors would you pick? And would the Cowboys' colors look good with the swap team? That's a little bit of a thin hole.
Yeah, well, we'll see how much
Cowboys
comes
Is
colors.
it all the way through?
It did.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So here is...
You get a little deeper in there?
well, you might want to if you want to be able to get... There we go. There it is. Now you've punched. Oh, let's get that off. All right. I would swap with
gonna
the
be bad.
Giants, and yes, it would look good.
Oh yeah, with a star.
The star and
Yeah.
the red, white, and blue. Anytime choice.
I
You go ahead.
think the worst.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the worst would probably be Seattle.
Well, it'd be in division.
Oh, in division.
Yeah, so I think the Commanders. The Commanders would be fine.
All right.
I wouldn't want the Eagles scheme just because it was the Eagles. I would never think the green looked good. It's a shorter hot dog than the jar.
I don't know which hole to suck out of.
Okay. It's a little bit like a worm. It's the same on both ends there, Choice.
You got to get some of it out of there first.
Take a
Take a
drink.
drink.
There you go.
No.
There we go. All right.
You
This
need
is going to be hard not to spew every
If you're not currently watching and just listening, you can go to YouTube. YouTube.com/Double T Sports Network. And here, now he's eating the hot dog.
I got to get the hole big enough.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to take way too long.
You got a paper towel right there.
Yeah.
Bad idea. You really got to...
Rob,
Pick
can
better,
you
I
please
think.
ask Choice not to eat the whole straw in one bite?
I'm really having to, punch this out.
The Cardinals also haven't been very good. I don't think I can name 5 players on that team. Can you name 5 Cardinals, David Collier?
James Conner,
The Northern
Trey Benson.
Cardinal?
Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray,
This is a bad idea.
and Rabbit.
There you go.
Buda Baker.
Buda Baker.
I'm
Are you blowing it? What are you doing?
he's,
Get it out.
he's blowing bubbles. He's blowing bubbles right
I
now.
think the hot dog's absorbing it.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. Wait a minute, you can't drink.
I'm trying to quit overflowing here. Jamie's going to be so mad that I'm getting the studio
Well, don't
messy.
say that.
Are you squeezing the hot dog too much? Are you not letting it come through?
I'm not
Okay.
used to this.
All right.
You're
well,
clearly
sure.
you're not doing something right. The guy from the Yankees game had no problem.
How did he hollow his out? His was
I don't know.
close, too, so I don't know if that helps.
Surely not.
Really
Yeah,
like-
give
I
it
don't
a
think
run
so.
around there.
This feels weird.
Sure it does. Big Hint says Rob's girlfriend now a member of the Big 12. I wouldn't go as far to say girlfriend, but I have followed the Boise State beach volleyball
I
program.
hate this so much.
These noises. Collier, can you hold the microphone up to his
Yeah, that's
straw
true.
there?
It's going to take forever.
Just keep going.
Yeah, let's go. We got like 3 minutes left
Y'all
here,
talk
pal.
sports.
This doctor says put the milk in a glass. They're asking you to clip some of these things, Lucas. The Choice has said so
I
far.
haven't said anything.
I think we're clipping all of it. What are you talking about?
Collier.
I think
Yes, sir.
the meat's getting stuck in the middle. Like, every time Never mind.
Every time you what?
I suck up. I think it's sucking the meat back into the middle, so...
Collier, what's the game of the week in the Big 12 football world?
Okay, I got to pull up the old schedule. I'll be honest.
Is it TCU Arizona State on Friday night? Houston
I think so.
Oregon State on Friday night? I think it's 1 of 2. I think TCU Arizona State is 1. I'm going to have to take my headphones off. I think UCF Kansas State is really important at the bottom of this conference. If
I didn't envision this being this difficult.
I know. I'm making this a punishment for y'all.
all right, so if we get to 54, I think you're just going to have to – you're squeezing the hot dog.
I'm trying...
Pretty impressive he could do that with no hands.
I think you're going to have to just
Terrible.
take a bite of hot dog and drink a drink,
I
and
think
then
that's
take
what
a
we're gonna
bite
have
and drink
to
a
do,
drink.
because,
If we
like-
get to 54, because you're going to have to slam this before 55.
What?
Yeah, you've got to.
And you
got
gotta
to
complete
finish
the punishment in the segment.
Yeah, the segment is the punishment
There we go. There we
for
go.
all
Still
of us.
not
I think.
Well, you're going to shoot a piece of hot dog from the straw into your throat.
How surprised would you be if Arizona? I can't even. I'm trying to move on to something else here.
Arizona, Iowa State, I think is
Yeah.
also really important because is Iowa State legit?
Yeah. Wait a
There we
minute.
go. There we go. That's fine. I think
This was
Yeah,
just to
finish
get
it off.
this done.
Yeah, finish it off.
better
and then
in
eat the
theory.
hot dog.
There is some hot dog flavor to that milk.
As long as the hot dog is submerged.
It is.
BYU Colorado? What do you think?
You know, honestly, that's 3 weeks ago. I would have said no. I would have said let's just move on. But I find myself gravitating to watch Colorado, even if I don't want to. And I don't think it at first it clearly was, to see them struggle. But again, I think Lucas's Liberty quarterback was the right choice all along.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah, it made no sense. It makes me wonder if there was something else, some underlying reason there, or was it, hey, let's have him start and maybe prevent him from deciding he's going to just hop in the portal right away. Wow, you're almost done. No, you're not.
Did Caden Salter
Have to go.
get suspended? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, it's just
Okay.
odd, is it not? I mean, was there
It's
some?
very odd. It's very odd.
It didn't make sense. I'm not. I would like to know the backstory.
Staub had the best game in their loss to Houston, right?
Yes, but
No, in the Delaware game.
yeah, Delaware.
He started
Delaware,
against Houston.
yeah.
It was the Delaware game. Yeah.
All right, sneaky game of the weekend. You might laugh. Utah at West Virginia. I think West Virginia is going to be good at home.
Yeah, that.
And that is a trip after a Texas Tech loss across 3 time zones.
And maybe, do you think it's a demoralizing loss, or does the? I mean, clearly that was a very important game for Utah, and to kind of say, hey, look, last year was a fluke, and it looks like maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
Your quarterback's
And
also hurt.
Another big
too.
injury.
Yeah.
Apparently Dan Pierce hurt.
Yeah. That's a good call. We don't know what they're. If they go, how about this? If they go and lose that game, how are you feeling as a
Not great.
Texas Tech fan after that? Well, are you talking about the game, or are you talking about the hot dog?
I was talking about the hot dog.
Good thing we don't have to sit in here
We
the
can
next.
tag team this.
Sneed is perplexed. All right, that's enough for me.
You sure?
Collier's going to finish watching Chois Woodman eat
Yeah,
this hot dog. He's just got a couple bites left. We're gonna complete this by the end of the show.
This is the worst part, for sure.
We will put this video up on some sort of social media after the show, maybe on TikTok.
Nope.
Yeah, well, probably TikTok. It's
Certainly-
7 minutes long.
Certainly
So.
otherwise. The bottom line's up next.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.